Well, here lies the problem. I'm in the middle of renovating my shop, and I have this single-cylinder air-cooled Deutz diesel engine with a Herth marine transmission. It's new. I bought it back in '93, '94 for a project I was working on, and the client abandoned the project, and I ended up with this because I was the one who paid for the engine, and I was never reimbursed for it. And I still have it, and it's been sitting on this dolly for over 20 years. It's been 22 years since we moved here to Maine, and that little dolly was made with casters that are not really rated for the weight. This thing weighs over 500 pounds. And while I'm trying to renovate the shop, these wheels are all frozen. I can't move the dolly, I can't move the engine, it's just too heavy. So I need to lift it up, pull the dolly out from under it, and I have some new casters which are larger and have greater weight capacity that I can put on the dolly, and then put the engine back on it so I can roll it around and keep it out of the way while I do my renovations. As you can see, this shop for years now has been uninsulated, unheated, and so I'm starting to put insulation up now and put OSB on as wallboard, and so bit by bit I'm working on that. But I'm just moving all kinds of stuff out of the way in order to get to it. I have to move things around because I have very limited space. So I came up with an idea. I'm going to build a miniature gantry crane out of some 2x4 wood studs, and I have a small winch that I had purchased from Harbor Freight, and I used it while I was building my daughter's tiny house to help get material up onto the roof. The OSB and sheet metal and underlayment, all that kind of stuff. So I still have that winch. It was a small, inexpensive one. So I'm going to see, I only have to lift this engine up just a few inches above the dolly so I can scoot the dolly out from under it, and I can swap out the casters to the larger, more heavy-duty ones. So that's what this project is about. I'm just building a very simple gantry, and I'm not going hog wild. And this material, when I'm finished, I'm just going to disassemble it, and I'm going to use it as part of my renovation work in the shop. I have some 3-inch deck screws that I'm using. This is one side of the gantry. I'm going to make another frame just like this off camera. It's just going to be a repeat of the same thing here. Okay, I have the frames inside the shop now, and see them standing here. And you'll see these cross pieces, these smaller pieces sitting there beside the frame. And they're just like the ones that I assembled the frame with, except they're going to go across the two sections. They're going to go from here across, same thing up there. Unfortunately, I do not have enough room here in the shop to try to set up a camera to show that, but I will take pictures of it once it's assembled. It's not a big deal. It's just taking these two frames here and joining them together with the cross pieces, and then we'll go from there. So here's my makeshift mini gantry unit. And now I think that'll probably work. The engineer in me says I should put more bracing on and triangulate to make it stiffer, but it is fairly stiff the way it is, and I'm only lifting straight up, and only for a few inches. And the engine's not going to get swung one way or the other, just straight up. I can get that dolly out from under it and change out the casters, put it right back under it, and set it back down. So I think I can get away with it the way it is. At least I'll try it, and if it shows any signs of starting to go, it needs more bracing, then I'll just stop and lower it back down. Like I said, it's only going to be a couple inches or so, and then brace it up if I have to. So right now I'm going to go look for my winch and set that up, and I'll go from there. Now, if you were going to do something similar, you don't necessarily need a winch. I'm using one simply because I have it. But you could use a chain hoist, or you could use a come along. Anything like that would probably work just fine. Okay, I have the winch in place. I've got it hooked up to the engine, and I'm going to try lifting it a little bit. Take a little strain off. Okay, let's see what happens. I'm getting a little lean. Okay, the engine is now off the dolly. Enough room. That should be enough. I can get the dolly out from under, and then I'll set the engine back down while I change the casters on the dolly, and I can pick it up again. I don't want to leave it hanging in the air. Okay, that takes the load off, and it can sit there until I'm ready to, once I get the casters changed on the dolly, I can just pick it up again, put the dolly underneath it, and set it back down. So it looks like this little gantry works fine. It's doing the job. And then once this job is complete, I'll disassemble the framework of this gantry, and this wood is going to be reused in the renovation of my shop. So nothing gets wasted. Pretty easy. I didn't even have to drill new holes. Just left the bolts in place. Footprint is the same, just larger casters. Pretty easy. So now I have all of the casters changed on my dolly, and these are larger diameter and they're more robust and have larger bearings. They also have a much larger load bearing capacity rating. These are rated for about 275 pounds per caster, and so that's more than enough. The other ones, those smaller ones, they're not that much smaller, but they're a lot cheaper. The bearings are much smaller, and they don't roll as well, and they're only rated about 100 pounds each, and that engine was over 500 pounds, so it made it very difficult to roll with those. Plus they're a softer material. The rubber tires, it's more of a rubber, and they would squash and they wouldn't roll very well. The larger casters are a hard plastic, and so it should roll a lot easier. So now I'm ready to put that back in place. All I have to do now is take that dolly back into the shop and lift the engine with the winch. It's all still in place, and pick it up a few inches so I can roll that dolly under it, set the engine back down, and then I'm good to go. Well, I don't know how much of this I'm going to get, but now that the dolly has been refurbished or upgraded with the larger casters, I'm now ready to lift this engine up a few inches and get the dolly back underneath it. But I need both hands, and I don't think I can hold the camera and do this all at once. But you saw it come out, and it's pretty much just the reverse procedure. Okay, so we'll lift her up first. Try to take this nice and easy. The winch. Got her up. That's more than enough. There we go. I got it. Okay, this is where I'm going to need both hands. I won't be able to record this. Well, success. I was able to set it right back down on the dolly without any issues. It went pretty easy. I just had to have one hand on the control, the remote, and the other hand I had to use to just guide the engine as it came down so I could rotate it and place it in the proper position as she set down onto the dolly. But it all went well. So now I can disconnect the winch from the lifting rings, and I can take the winch off. It's just sitting on the top there. I can just remove that and put that away, and then I can start disassembling my gantry, and so I can reuse the wood in my renovation work here in the garage. Continue on with that. Well, there the engine sits on the refurbished, well, not refurbished, but upgraded dolly. All I had to do is just put larger, higher capacity casters on it, and I already took it for a test drive. It does roll. It still doesn't roll super easy. You know, that you have to put a little effort in it because it does weigh over 500 pounds. It's a heavy engine, a lot of flywheel, and however, at least I can move it around. With those smaller, the older casters that were on it, I couldn't even budge it. It just wouldn't go anywhere, wouldn't do anything. They just wouldn't turn. So this is really a big plus. Now, one of the reasons I had to do this is because this is occupying a space where my dust collector is going. My dust collector is a very large unit, takes up a lot of real estate. It was originally intended for my wooden boat shop on Cape Cod years ago, and we decided to move up to Maine. That dust collector was brand new. It was never even connected or used. It was just packaged up and brought up here, and it's been in storage ever since. And that's been over 22 years now. So I'm finally getting around to doing things with the shop here. I mean, I'm retired. I'm putting the time in. Now that the warmer weather is coming, it was too cold to work out here over the winter. But slow but sure, I'm getting my equipment out of storage, dusting it off and getting it ready to go. So the dust collector will go here, and I just I've got some wiring run in, rough wiring to run that stuff. It all runs off 220, and I'm also insulating, and I want to finally get some heat in the shop so it'll be a year-round shop use, you know. And so that's where I'm at now. And the reason I had to go through all this is because normally I'm here by myself. I don't have any help. And so I just have to find or improvise ways to make things happen. And I'm a lot older now. I don't have the strength I used to have, you know, or the agility, or, you know, so you just have to think smarter and don't work so hard, you know, find other ways to do it. So that's what I try to do, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that gives you some thought. You're working in your own shop. If you're getting on in years like me, and you're thinking, man, I don't have any help and I got to move something heavy, just think outside the box and find a way to do it. You know, find some kind of lift or hoist or something, jacks, whatever, but you can always improvise away. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. I appreciate it. And, well, this is just one small segment. And now I'm back to work with the shop renovation.